Hey everyone, today we're going to be working on this 2015 GMC Yukon Denali. We're going to be replacing the front upper control arms. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing I'll do is chalk the wheels. Well, I appreciate that. And for a rag, it's an old shirt.
What old shirt was it?
A work shirt. Yep.
Look right here.
So these will be what's replacing it. See, this rubber is completely torn. It's been shooting grease out, so we'll go ahead and get these swapped. First thing, we'll go ahead and pop this bracket right here off. Then we're gonna have the nut down here. And then you have these two inner control arm bolts. We'll go ahead and mark this, mark these. You can see in there, the bushings on these are pretty shot out. Now what I'll do, I'm gonna take this, go ahead and screw it in here for now, just so I know exactly where it goes. I'll go ahead and position this right here. I don't know how well this is gonna stick. So this is an 18. As you can see, it's a little tight to get the socket in there. I do have a crow's foot that I'll use for when I have to torque it, but to get it off, I can just use this wrench. Not too tight. I think it's okay. Now we got these all marked. Go ahead and get these two bolts off. This one is a 13/16. This one. I'm going to get these bolts out, which is going to be a little tricky. Not too bad. Or is it? Oh, slide this forward as you pull it out. So I ended up having to rent this tool from AutoZone. Only way I could get it off. Bottom of this, I had to cut this to get this tool to work on there, because you slide it in there and this bottom part was hitting the bottom of the bolt. So once I cut that, this thing slid on all the way and I was able to get it to push out. Slide this up in there. Okay. This nut on, hold it in place. I'm gonna actually reuse the factory bolt. There we go. Yes. There we go. And slide this one on. And get this thing set back on here. I want to angle it so it's basically straight off the side. So this is 37 foot-pounds and then 90 to 110 angle. So go ahead, call that 45. There we go. Gonna have to get this in there and turn it. Go ahead and line up our marks. This tightened down. Drop this down, get the tire on, and wrapped up on this side. Drop it to just where the tire's touching. Just a quick note, as you can see, something's going on with the alignment here where it completely wiped out the shoulder of this tire. The inside's still semi-decent, but now these got to get replaced because it's just ruined it. You kind of inspect your tires regularly, you might be able to catch this before it gets this bad, and then you won't have to buy a whole new set of tires. So once I get these arms on, I'm gonna go ahead and replace these fronts, and then I'll have an alignment done at the same time. way. Again, before we loosen these top or these inner bolts, I'm gonna go ahead and mark exactly where these all meet. Get under this and pry this up. You can slide this on. This will go on all the way now. The other issue I was having, it does not open up enough. Now, if you get the right tool, obviously it'll work fine. You won't have to do what I'm about to do. But the OEM tool that you can see in the service manual is $600. Now, I'm not going to spend $600 on a tool that's just going to separate these ball joints, and I'm not going to use it very often. So ended up having to modify this one to work. What I'm going to have to do, which what I did on the other side, is I actually have to cut this bolt down. This tool will slide up and it'll be able to get underneath that bolt, and it'll just push it out. I just used a hacksaw. It took a little extra time, but it's a little bit safer. I don't have to worry about sparks going everywhere. I'm just going to take it easy. So that's it. So basically what I had to do is get this on here. I went ahead and wedged these pliers back behind it, so that way it could not slide off that way. What I have to do on this side, this bolt sit in this spring, there's no way around it. We're going to have to remove the lower strut bolts and loosen the top ones, as well as disconnect the sway bar so we can move the strut enough to get the bolt out. Okay. I need you to watch me. Make sure I'm doing this right. bolts back in.
Daddy.
What's up?
Where's the pencil? Look at wrench.
This back in. These bottoms will get torqued to 37. I'm going to do 90 degrees. So that's about 45. Top 3 strut bolts as well as the 2 on the bottom, both 37. Drop this down now. So that about wraps it up for the install on these upper control arms. Have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments below. Next up, we'll be doing some general maintenance, oil change, changing out a couple of hoses that are leaking. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching.